Did you know that the snake responsible for the most amount of deaths in Africa is not the black mamba or some cobra like a Mozambican spitting cobra? It's in fact the puff adder. Puff adder kills the most amount of people in Africa. That statistic became real to me the other day when I actually got bit by one. Okay, I just got bit by a snake.
And we're going to tell you the story of what happened and why we're living in South Africa. So we had a lot of reasons why we had to leave Bangkok. Unfortunately, it was just time for us to go. The first reason is that we were really missing our family. We really enjoy spending time with our family and being around our friends from back home, so we had to leave because of that. Another reason why we had to leave was because we're not really city people. I mean, if you know us at all, we are definitely not ones to dwell in a city, so we really were missing the outdoors, and we were missing running and hiking and ocean swims and mountain biking. So Bangkok just doesn't have that because of the weather, and the accessibility to nature is just not really there.
How far are we in?
3.5 kilometers.
And with Gustav's US visa still in process, we knew we could be anywhere while we waited. Decided to move our case from the Bangkok embassy to the Joburg embassy. So we started fresh here in South Africa.
Wait. Oh, baby.
That's a good quality bacon.
But when we first arrived here in South Africa, unfortunately we both had some family emergencies, and it was actually perfect timing that we moved because we were able to be here for our families and we could support them when they needed it the most. And after life settled down a bit, we are able to fully enjoy our time here in Stillby. It is so amazing. We love living here. It's a small town. We have access to the beach. We live only about 5-minute walk from the beach, so it's so wonderful. We've made some new friends, and we're just really enjoying living here in Stillby. It's just so quiet and peaceful. You know, we sleep so well here compared to Bangkok. It was always like ambulances at night, and so the difference here is that it's so quiet and we just get the best night's sleep. Gustav and I are both currently working online, and we are able to enjoy all the outdoor activities that we love, especially hiking and running and jumping in the ocean, surfing.
What hikes have we done?
We have done the Sleeping Beauty hike.
Our feet are probably gonna get a little bit wet.
Whoa. He looks like a piece of paper. Oh, he's pooping on
Taking a
you.
poo.
He's taking a dump on you.
At least it's a dry one.
Ew.
You're doing better than me, buddy.
Ew!
What?
Did you see
He fucking launched his poo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You launched it.
When we did the Sleeping Beauty hike, we saw baboons in the mountains, and we were able to see them on the drone. So that was really, really cool.
Oh, there's so many. Check it out. There's so many. Because they're almost top of the food chain, right?
I mean, in this area, they most definitely are.
Oh, look at this shot, Kate. Look at this
Yeah,
shot.
that's so cool.
What? That's one of the coolest shots ever. Like the baboons with the background there. Let's see if I can get some more. Yeah. Holy shit, they can climb a mountain like we wish we could. Where are they now? Bosch with the redwoods.
Yeah, and then the Groot and the Groot van Vadersbos. Sorry, my Afrikaans is nie lekker nie. And we have done the St. Blaise. half of it. You'll see why. Yeah, we've done some amazing hikes around here and we're just so excited to do more. We want to do some more multiple day hikes. So we're going to do the Titsukama probably in January. So speaking of hiking,
So there's been this hike I've been wanting to do for a while. I've only done a part of it. It's called the St. Blaise Trail.
13.5 kilometers, trail rating moderate.
All right, let's do it.
Ready?
Yeah, it's gonna be a long day in the sun. It goes from a town called Danabai to a place called Mussel Bay. It's beautiful. You're on the cliffs. If you time it right, you can see a lot of whales and dolphins. And it's basically a nice trail to either hike or walk. Big cliffs, beautiful view on the ocean. And at some point you get to this part that's on a golf course. You see a lot of dassies. I'm not sure what that is in English, but it's a dassie. Right.
Hello. They're so cute. Oh, and quick side note before we dive back into the story. Along the way, we came across this amazing mosaic tunnel. It's 55 meters long with 92 panels. We especially loved this one with the whales. It's so beautiful. Also, if you are enjoying this video so far, consider hitting that subscribe button. I can see that over 90% of our viewers are not subscribers, so it really helps to click that button down below. It also helps us continue to create high quality videos like this one. Thanks so much. Also, where are my girls at? Okay, now back to the story.
And this was the warmest day for a while because it's after winter. And you know, if after winter it gets hot, the snakes come out. So we were running and we got just past the golf course, beautiful, having a good time. And I'm jogging, doing a little run, and all of a sudden I step on a snake. It's called a puff adder, has cytotoxic venom, terrible bite, lots of tissue damage. So it struck me on my foot and one of the teeth went through the mesh of my shoe, trail running shoe I was using, and went into my toe. And I could feel, okay, it burns. I kept on running and the snake was behind me and it slithered into the bushes, the bush. And then we tried to get an ambulance, but there was a seal attack, like a seal attacked someone who was swimming. So the ambulance was far away. We got a good Samaritan, took us to the hospital. I stayed overnight. And only the first lid of my toe, my middle toe on my right foot, swelled up, burned and swelled up, and it stayed purple. And then they gave me some medication, a tetanus jab and an anti-inflammatory on the other shoulder, antibiotics and a saline drip. And they told me I don't need any anti-venom except if it starts spreading and swelling up. So they pulled a little line using a marker on my toe, and luckily the swelling didn't spread, so I'm guessing I got a really small dose. But I was off of my feet for like 5 or 6 days, couldn't walk far, couldn't even stand long, then my foot would feel really weird. So yeah, but after that, start running again and life's good. So this is almost like in between the ferns, but in between the leaves and... Okay, so I grew up on a farm on the border of Botswana, so we had a lot of snakes on the farm, a lot of really venomous snakes. My mom got spit in the eye once by a Mozambican spitting cobra. Lots of puff adders and black mambas, pythons, and just a lot of creepy crawlies, you know. So after getting bit, I'm like, Kate, I just got bit by a snake. I was a little bit like flustered, a little bit hysterical for half a second. And she's like, oh, what type of snake? And I'm like, oh, it's a puff adder. We've got time. Luckily, puff adders, not luckily, but puff adders are cytotoxic. So it takes a while for your life to be in serious danger. But you can lose a limb or you can have a lot of tissue damage, tissue necrosis, and it takes months. Like, we've heard so many horrible stories. Puff adders, their venom really causes a lot of damage to your tissue. But I'm like, Kate, it's just gonna swell and I'm gonna be in pain, but it's not that dangerous. See the toes swelling up. It's cytotoxic, so the toe is gonna swell up a lot and not gonna look good in like the next while, and I'm probably gonna be in pain. But for now, it's fine. Ambulance is on its way. Luckily, we've got medical insurance. It's not like a cobra or mamba. They've got more neurotoxic venom. So if they bite you, it's like 20 to 30 minutes, then your breathing is getting affected. Someone needs to give you either mouth-to-mouth resuscitation if your lungs stop functioning, or they need to get one of those bags you can squeeze to help someone breathe. So with neurotoxic venoms, you have a limited amount of time to get to the hospital, get antivenoms. But with the cytotoxic, you've got more time, but you're gonna be in a lot of pain and you're gonna have probably a limb that doesn't look that nice afterwards. You can Google puff adder bites. It's similar to rattlesnake. The cytotoxic venom is gnarly. The other snakes that you should be aware of but they don't bite people often, but their venom is super toxic, is called a boomslang. Directly translated from the Afrikaans name boomslang. It's a tree-dwelling snake that has hemotoxic venom, so you start bleeding out of every orifice if you get bit by the snake. But it takes a while for your life to be in danger, so you need a blood transfusion, and they can keep you alive that way. So yeah, we've got lots of different adders in Africa, like night adder, puff adder, gaboon adder, and also mountain adders, and they all have cytotoxic venom. And one that's really scary to be bit by is a gaboon adder. It's the snake with the longest fangs, and they strike and latch on. Massive fangs. I'm talking about like go through your foot. Also cytotoxic, so lots of tissue damage. And when it comes to mambas, we've got the green and the black mamba. The green mamba doesn't bite people as often as the black mamba, and it's not as venomous, but it will kill you if it bites you with a full dose. But the black mamba's venom is so venomous. You don't need a lot of micrograms or milligrams of it to die. We know a lady who was bit by a black mamba. So yeah, that should spiel. That's probably enough.
Now, all of this isn't meant to scare you or keep you from enjoying the outdoors, whether it's hiking, trail running, or just exploring nature. Honestly, this experience taught us so much about snakes, and it hasn't stopped us from getting out there. If anything, it's made us more aware and prepared for anything that might happen. The goal here is to just share what we've learned, so you know the risks and can stay safe while enjoying your adventures.
So I grew up with this book written by Johan Marais, South African man who's been studying snakes throughout the whole continent of Africa for a while. He's been doing training sessions, identifying snakes and what to do and the first aid. He's got an app, it's called ASI, Snake Institute app. And as every single snake you have to be worried about in Africa and what to do. So it's really definitely worth a try. I told Kate the moment I got bit, I'm like, Kate, download that app, check what we have to do with a puff adder. And usually it's stay calm and elevate the limb. So I just put my foot in the air. So yeah, ASI, Johan Marais. So to be honest, I wasn't sure I was going to be coming back to South Africa and living back in my home country. I was a little bit hesitant to come back. You know, it's not always been the best place for me. But coming back and seeing my family and living with them has been absolutely wonderful. Living close to the beach, having so much nature, clean air, blue skies. I mean, we haven't had consistently good air quality since moving to Asia. Of course, Asia, except for the rainy season, the air gets really bad. So that's really nice. We love running. If you guys have seen us, we love trail running and hiking. And here it's really accessible to go on hikes often. Running's really nice. There's no traffic and cars and smog and exhaust fumes you're breathing in. It's really nice going here. You can see the wind's blowing as we're talking. If you don't like wind, this place is not your place, but it keeps the air clean. We've been lifting weights and running and having a really good routine. We've been making food with my family. Oh yeah, it's also going to be our first Christmas in South Africa with Kate here and my siblings, and we haven't seen each other in a while. And also Kate's first summer Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere.
And finally, moving back to South Africa has been an adventure, full of surprises, some good, some unexpected. We're grateful for the time we spent in Southeast Asia and for this new chapter back with family. Life really does happen in the perfect timing. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more adventures, and share your craziest outdoor stories in the comments below. Let us know if you have any questions moving forward.